We good, man. We live. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yes, coming in loud and clear, bro. How you sound?
Oh, I sound good.
Roger that. We're here for takeoff. We're going to Hajj today. Virtually.
Labbaik Allah, Lahumma labbaik. Labbaik Allah, sharika la laka labbaik. Inna hamda, wa ni'madda, laka lamu. Hey, la sharika la labbaik. Yeah, bro, I used to have this tape back in the day. It was like a children's Hajj tape. Mm-hmm. And these little kids were like breaking all the Islamic songs down and like the chants. Bro, that was my favorite one. It was like, it was like, doom. It was like, it was real good. It was tight, but like that joint stuck with me. And so whenever I, this time of the year, Hajj time, that song like pops in my head.
We need those tapes because I remember when I went to Umrah, I don't think that I was fully prepared. I was prepared for the physical stuff. Like I had my water bottles, I had my blankets, I had my extra sandals, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Extra clothes. So I had that. But I didn't have the other things I needed, like certain like du'as I may want to make, like what you said earlier, right? But labbaik, like that. Like I want to know that pretty clear and what that meant before I went to Hajj. You know what I mean? Before I went to Umrah,
I feel you.
So I can pronounce it and really have like wholehearted belief, So
yeah. But you know what? I think people under two things. People underestimate the power of the children's like learning programs, like the books and the tapes and stuff. Those things stick with you. And then I also think that, for anybody that doesn't know Arabic or is going to Hajj, like make a sincere dua is a sincere dua. Yeah, period. Regardless if it's Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, whatever it is, sincere dua to Allah is a sincere dua. So may Allah accept it.
Ameen.
And of course, we want to try and learn the language, but don't be down on yourself. Anyways,
and some people, it comes. I mean, we're in the month of Dhul Hajj, right? With people performing Hajj. Sometimes it comes to them at any moment, like, hey, somebody does open Hajj.
You just gotta go.
You're not gonna be like, no, I don't know what's going on. You're gonna be like, yo, I'm taking that opportunity. You're gonna figure it out, right?
So, yeah, exactly. So you're going to, bro, at the end of the day, everybody wants to make it. Yeah. And not everybody's afforded the opportunity.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's afforded the opportunity.
Remember we talked about this, Jabril, I think it was a while ago. I think I asked you this question, and Manny. Shout out Manny, old college.
My man, the great Mandingo.
But his real name was Kwame. He lied to everybody.
Yeah, this man had like 4 or 5 names. So I really don't even think his name is Kwame.
It depends on who's calling him one day of the week. But anyway, I told him, I was like, look, is it worse if, I was like, what's worse? A man that got it all and lost it, or a man that's never gotten it before? Like, what's worse, right? And that kind of reminded me almost like in Hajj terms, because there's some people that can't go, right? But now there's abilities to finance people and get people there. But now we're almost getting like a virtual Hajj. Like if I can't be there, I can basically go online and almost experience Hajj with everybody else, which is good for me, like alhamdulillah. But I'm stealing away from other people's experience, which I don't think is fair. You know what I'm saying?
So the topic of today's podcast is going to be on whether social media is good for Hajj or not, or should, like, are we oversharing, or like what's
a little bit of both, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, be specific in regards to just Hajj and social media, how that's kind of
okay. Are people oversharing when they go to Hajj? That is what the topic of today's podcast is.
Educating or oversharing?
Yeah.
All
right, cool. So with that, let's get started, man.
Let's kick this things off, bro. Let's get it. Let's go, my brother. Tres, dos, uno.
What's going on, everybody? Hold on, whoa, I gotta do it again.
Yes, come back.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jabril Salam
and Muhammad Hassan,
and you will listen to the Young and Muslim podcast.
Right, and that was Jabril Ali Salam with
what? That's not my middle name.
Jabril Abdul Salam. You know why I want to say Ali? Because I know it's your dad's name, and Ali with the comeback taste with the big eyes. I tried it because you had to come back with the intro, so. He called me
with
quick,
the
though.
Comeback chase.
He called me quick.
Hey, if you're from the DMV or like Philly, you know what we're talking about. That comeback taste, baby.
Comeback taste.
Them bean pies. Yeah, so today's topic is going to be on whether when you're on Hajj, you're making a pilgrimage, if you should share. I don't even think it's a topic, a question of should you share, but when does it become to the point where it's oversharing?
Is there a line?
I mean,
I think there's a line.
Yeah.
Because, we know that when we go to Hajj, there is certain things that we need to do, right? So if you highlight and educate people on those certain things and how to do it, when to do it, that's cool. But if you're recording every conversation that you have with somebody, recording every single prayer, you know what I'm saying?
Everywhere you're going.
You're going, every interaction, then it's like, bro, you're losing out, not us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The person recording, you are going to be the loser because you may not go again. And guess what? I may be able to go next year, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have an obligation to record everything. I'm gonna be selfish and be like, yo, I'm trying to get it in.
Yeah, because we're there for our own sake. What was you bring up a very good point. You said something the other day, man, and you gotta say. I can't even say what you said. You gotta say it.
Oh yeah, because
we're talking about. Hold on,
you gotta just set it up.
So we're in my apartment, like we always are, recording podcast stuff. You get it. So I'm on the couch and I'm like, yo. We're looking at this one brother's Instagram, and he literally, when you get on the stories like he probably had maybe 50 stories on his joint, and it was crazy. Yep. And both of us were on it at the same time, and he was just like, "Look at this! Like, it's crazy. How's he even enjoying Hajj?" And he was like, this conversation came up oversharing, and you said what, Mo?
Yeah, because you were talking about oversharing. I was like, dude, like. You're trying to overshare and show everybody what's going on, but we have to go on that trip. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling you, bro, it's not something where we need to kind of sell people. It's not a commercial. Like, we have to go.
So it's like, bro,
whether what's going on there, it looks fun or not, like, hey, whatever it is, like, we're going to have to be there. But it's good to know what we're getting ourselves into. Maybe Mecca's changed ever since, you know what I'm saying?
I get it, but
you get that.
There's multiple ways to do it. I'm not going to say anybody's right or they're wrong.
Okay.
But from what we've been seeing, and I follow a few different people who are currently on Hajj, I think that there is a point where it's like, you need to step away from the phone. Yeah. My first question was, where the heck are you charging your phone at? How's your phone? Yeah. How in the world are you on your phone all day?
How'd you get service? Like for me, when I was posting, when I went to Umrah, those were saved pictures and saved videos. Yeah. I had to post back up when I went to a hotel and had service. But even then, out of 10 photos, only 3 or 4 I might have uploaded. Yeah. People they're uploading like 50, 60 pieces of
Everything's
content.
in real time. And and I think it's... I remember when my dad went to Hajj, right? One of the
what year was that?
He went in 97.
MashaAllah.
I was 5. So what was interesting... and being on the opposite end of it, right, is that it was cool to see the pictures when my dad came back. It was cool to hear the stories, but like when everything you share is just like these people are there and they're sharing the stories while they're there. Bro. So like when you get back, there's no excitement. Everybody knows where you were at, what you were doing.
You hit the nail on the head because everything is shared by stories, right? You share. That's how traditions get like passed down, is by stories, but. If you come back like, yeah, Muhammad, I'm about to tell you what happened. Nah, I saw everything on social media. We don't have that connection. Like,
we done lost a connection.
So we have lost it. Dang, that's a good point.
Yeah. That was what really made me like, man, I really want to go to Hajj. Like I saw my pops go. I saw other men in our community go, women in our community go. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning about, what we do. And that right there for me was enough of a light under me to say, well, obviously we're supposed to go, but this is an experience that not everybody gets to value.
Yeah.
And so if you're constantly on your phone and saying, oh, I'm here and we're still in the genre and you know what I'm saying, and we're doing it's like, bro, just do it. We don't need to be there with you. No. It's just, it needs to be you, all the other Hajis, and Allah.
Yes.
That's it.
That should be
experience it.
No.
All right, the podcast is done.
I mean, I do want to get somebody else, like, I do want to get perspective on somebody else's side, because I went to Umrah last March, so it's about a year now, about 15, 16 months, right? Because I went last March. Anyway, when I was there, like,
16 months. Well, it's almost been 2 years.
Oh.
You didn't go this past March. You went 2 Marches. You went in 2018.
One last year.
It's about to be 2020.
Yeah, well, it's been like 6-7 months though for March, so about a year and a half.
About 18, 20 months. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, right.
Man.
But right. So
wow.
One thing that I was trying to do, I was trying to be really sincere in the pictures that I took, and I really was really, I saw, I saw Mount Al Uhud, where the battle of Al Uhud went, and I saw some grand mosques that I really liked. So I took pictures and I wrote a caption of what I learned and everything like that, which was really nice. But I know that you were like, hey man, you may not go to Umrah again, so try to get that full experience. I would say like there's some things that I missed out on, because like it's hard, like, yo man, I need to charge my phone. Did I get that right angle right? Was that the right spot? And then you really miss out on conversation with your family and those type of connections, But I think you're also doing a good thing, because like you give people energy to do that. Like when I came back, with people like, yo, like Muhammad, that's awesome. Tell us about Umrah. How was the experience? And for people here, young kids that have never left the country, especially black Muslims, like, yo, that's awesome. I can't wait to go to Saudi Arabia. So I do see the other side as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's different ways to share the experience, right? Like obviously back in the 90s,
do you think it's something where you should put together like a project? Like say you go out to Hajj, would it make sense to start doing Instagram Live, a whole bunch of social media that you, after you come back, you write a blog about it?
I would much, and that's what I was getting ready to say.
Is it post-social?
No, what I was getting ready to say, that if you look in the 90s, when people came back, they had to develop the pictures, because my dad took a disposable camera.
Yeah.
So he came back, he had pictures. We see the pictures. Oh man, that's so great. And then while we're looking at pictures, he's telling us the story. That made it exciting. That was our time to sit and to talk and discuss what happened and why.
Yes. Yeah.
But now, it being 20 odd years later, I look at like, okay, we have Instagram, we have these things that make it possible to show somebody the experience right now, where they feel like they're there with me. I would much rather take my camera, record it, get all the footage I want to get, and not worry about, I need to post this. Oh, this didn't go through. Oh, this failed. Oh, I don't have service. Forget the phone. I'd rather just record and then come back, put it all together, and have something to showcase, like give people. Because what that end up turning into is, whether you put it on YouTube or it's a IGTV or whatever, it becomes a story.
Okay.
It becomes a home movie.
Yeah.
It becomes something you can share with others without feeling as though. And remember this: half of what you see in a YouTube video, right? Let's say it's a 20-minute YouTube video. You really only got bits and pieces of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Even with Instagram, being on your phone, you're only getting bits and pieces. But what I've seen, I follow this dude. I'm not going to give his name away or anything, but I started following him about a week ago. His Instagram story has been nonstop. Like, he's had like
he's a Hajj,
20, 30 other little
is he a Hajj?
Yeah, he's a Hajj.
Yeah.
He's had nonstop since he got there.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, like, enjoy it. Like, you're talking to us the whole time. Like, talk to the people you're with, or at least attempt, because I know not everybody speaks the same language. So it's like, be in the moment with your Hajj, because you might not get a chance to go back.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And you know how many people would love that chance?
Not only that, bro. What if you're so focused on recording that you don't even do your Hajj right? That would be a shame.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're so focused on that. But guess what? You was like, man, let me make sure I have all my equipment. Let me make sure I'm doing all this different stuff. And you forgot to read up on something and take the proper precautions, or talk to people there that you forget to do a step or forgot to do a certain worship. That would be insane. But I would hope that before you teach them, that you prepped up.
Yeah,
well.
I mean, I don't even think it's about teaching though. Like, people aren't all doing that to teach.
Yeah, that's
like, come on now. Let's be honest about, like, if I'm recording what's going on at Hajj, I'm not doing it to teach. I want to show the experience.
Yeah,
and I think that's what a lot of people are doing. Some people are like, they're educating because the audiences and so on and so forth. But for the people that are kind of just there recording everything that's happening, all the pictures and stuff, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think you have to remember why you're there, and you have to remember that it's a very significant time for you. It's a very spiritual time for you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
This isn't no play. Like, enjoy it, but make Hajj.
Well, does this go back to what so we had a conversation with Dr. Craig Considine. He is a professor. He's also a pastor. He's a pastor, professor, pastor at Rice University. Big shout out to him. And he said that, well, it depends, because he said it really differentiates people that are serious and that aren't serious. He said that today. Do you think that's kind of similar situation here? Do you think that You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Because you can still be serious about it and have your phone out.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm pretty sure when I make my Hajj, I'm going to have my phone out. I'm going to take pictures.
That's why I wanted to clear the air.
Yeah,
we're not saying like, no, don't have your phone. Don't take. We're not saying that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Like 0%. But you have to. There's a line, man.
Yeah, but you can cross that line.
Yeah, everybody's line is different.
Yeah, true. It is.
Like, this is where you need one of those brothers, those Salafi brothers, say innovation. That's what you need. One of those brothers coming out of nowhere. Bidda, innovation. Like, there's certain things that, like, that's almost like going to Juma and being on your phone and texting the whole time.
Oh my God, his khutbah is about giving like a basically tweeting the khutbah,
yeah,
like step
that's
by
good.
step.
But you're losing something by you trying to, like, share it.
But what if somebody says, I'm sacrificing my time so other people can?
Now, this is what I was going to say, though. But what if, because me and my pops had this discussion, you shouldn't do Facebook Live. Don't record our Jumas because people should be there for it, right? Now,
touche.
Now, so I'm working both sides of the fence right now. He has a point. However, I disagree with him because I said, this isn't taken away from our experience. We are giving other people the opportunity to hear words of Allah's book.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Without it taking away from me. Like, if I just sit there, hold the camera and it's just recording and people can watch it and I'm listening, that's different. But there's a slight difference between that and we go on Hajj and the whole time I'm like this.
What's
and
the
I'm
difference?
Talking.
What's the difference?
The difference is that my engagement is through the phone.
I get
You know what I'm saying? My engagement is through the phone.
So there's one where I'm engaging with the audience, but I'm recording.
One is passive, one is active.
Right, because you're engaging with the audience, but you're recording. And then there's another one where you're actually engaging with your phone and recording.
I think that it's not. You're not engaging with the audience. You're in the moment, but you're recording it without having to engage with your phone.
Okay, that's
the other you're having to engage with your phone and you're leaving the moment.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. I think we say the same thing, but a different way. Yeah, I see the difference. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I see.
So that's all I'm saying. I think that is different for different scenarios, different situations, but don't record every aspect of your Hajj and lose the significance of it.
And this is coming for some pretty young individuals for us to say something like this, right? I mean, trust me, we love to record, we love to take pictures, we love to take videos, but there are certain times you just won't catch me with my phone, especially I'm going on a Hajj. Like, I'm trying to be 100% I'm trying to plug out, right? That's the last thing I want to do is plug in. Like, I don't want to go to Hajj with wireless headphones and Bluetooth speakers, I don't want that. Like, the job is supposed to disconnect from this world. You feel me? So
I disagree with you there.
Disconnect from not from Allah's creation. Disconnect from, I guess, the virtual world. You know what I'm saying? And connect with the people there and do the traditions such as like tawaf. You know what I'm saying? Going around the Kaaba, doing those stuff and connecting with that 100%. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you go out there, try to meet as many people as you can.
You know our biggest
see
problem?
Where they're from.
You know our biggest problem? Like right now, as a world, the biggest issue that we have is that nothing that we enjoy is in the moment. We're always thinking about something that happened and something that's going to happen. But the moment is very hard for us to stay in. And Hajj is the one part of our religion where it's like, or I'm not going to say the one part, because prayer is similar.
I was about to say prayer is.
You want to be in the moment as best you can.
Yeah.
And obviously, you want to think about the future, and you're like, "Oh, I want to show people this stuff," and so on and so forth. But don't steal your own moments away.
Boom! I think you hit the nail on the head. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
If Allah gives you the opportunity, don't lose it. You know what I mean? Don't waste it.
Yeah, don't waste it.
That's
don't waste it.
So I mean, this episode was straight to the point. It was something that legitimately came up to both of our minds because we saw it. We saw some people that were sharing a little bit, then some people that were sharing like a little bit too much. So, if you've been to Hajj and you have something different or something similar, reach out to us. You can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Young, the letter N Muslim. Was there any other points? I don't want to cut you off.
No. I think that was it, man. I think this is just a short, sweet episode. If anything, I want to open up the conversation. I want people to hit us up.
This can dive into some other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like what state are we in where sharing our Hajj, are we oversharing our lives? Are we oversharing some of the more some moments that should be more precious and private to us?
Right.
Are we sharing moments where we should literally just be in the moment? You know,
I mean, dude.
Is this the same conversation that people had when they start taking pictures of Hajj? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we just? Are we like this?
Yeah, no. At first, I'm sure they say the same thing. Like, what are you doing? No, there's people that take legit FaceTimes when they're making Hajj, like legit on the phone.
Yeah, it's too much. You know? So where's that line? I think that is something that we need to discuss, and we need to just really navigate as a culture.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get to the place where they like ban phones in certain areas. You know?
Yeah, I mean they probably already have, but they know this it's not going to be possible.
Right.
It has to boil down to self-control. It has to. As Muslims, I mean, we have to have discipline. I mean, that has to be self-control.
Our religion is, is built on discipline. You know? So, yeah. If you have not checked this out yet because you are a new listener, just know that you can also watch this. We're on YouTube, the Young and Muslim Podcast. Please subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. Drop a little comment, and we will respond. And where can they listen to us, Jabril?
You can listen to us on SoundCloud, Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, CastBox, as well as any other Google Play platform. Yeah. And you can find us at Young and Muslim. That's YUNG, the letter N, Muslim, at Instagram and Twitter, as well as Facebook. Yeah. We always encourage people to DM us, talk to us. Let's have a conversation because once you salami, we family.
And once this thing comes out, please go to our Instagram profile. We'll have about maybe like 11 hours, I guess.
11 hours to watch the
We'll have
live
11 hours of a live. So we had a great conversation with Dr. Craig that we spoke about earlier on this show, all about interfaith dialogue. You do not want to miss this episode.
Yeah, it's not going to be that long.
We were talking to Dr. Craig for at least an hour and a half, putting in work, legitly tying up all the loose ends when it comes to Christians and Muslims and so much similarities, man. Yeah. And how we should all see each other as humans first. I mean, it was an inspirational conversation. They need to go watch it. Exactly.
That was a 2-hour time commitment and a lot of energy.
We put in the work,
but there was a lot. There was so much love that was put into it. There was so much positive energy, and that's the type of conversations that we need to be having as people of faith, the believers of this world.
Absolutely.
As Christians, as Muslims, as Jews, and so on and so forth, we all need to be working together to have these conversations and bridge the gaps that we feel divide us.
Yes, sir. Cool. So without any further ado,
for the last 22 minutes, you have been listening to the Young and Muslim Podcast. This is Jabril Salam.
And Muhammad Hassan.
And we greet you with the greens of peace.
Asalaamu
Alakum.
Peace out, y'all. Goodbye. Ciao.
Peace.
Oh, snap.
I forgot.